Dropping all 4 episodes at once like you're trying to get rid of it is certainly a move, but I sat down happily to watch a couple hours of the worst what if writing, but what I got was as good as, if not better than X-Men 97, and I was not ready for that. It didn't seem like that many people were excited about it, but its most recent trailer at least gave me hope. Hope to see tons of characters and creative situations, all the while with genuine storytelling and stakes. However, I wasn't about to jump the gun like I have in the past. Yet this new animated 4-episode miniseries, Marvel Zombies, isn't just good. It's a brutally entertaining time that lives up to every inch of hype surrounding it. Welcome to Sandwich Reviews. I'm that sandwich guy, your nihilistic optimist, and it was when I was nearing the end of episode 1 where I had to pause the episode, look around, and ask, why am I enjoying this so much? Ultimately, it wasn't until I got to the credits and saw a particular name that just made it all click. Now, seeing a familiar name in a writer's room doesn't mean anything. After all, anyone is capable of anything, good and bad. Plus, Brian Andrews is another big name to give kudos to. But when I saw that one of the co-writers and producers was Zeb Wells, I just about stood up. And Wells has written some stuff that people don't like, but he's written some exceedingly phenomenal stuff as well. In other words, the intrigue alone compelled me to stay engaged in each character and their interactions. But more than that, I was holding on to practically every narrative beat, all of which flew by at a fast-paced rate that could have easily felt rushed, but only ever came across as vitally urgent, with genuine stakes and an unforgiving world where anyone could die, fueling that intensity. Of course, it's not scary, and there is a little bit of humor every now and then, but not going too far and ruining it, just having enough to maintain a healthy balance in the pacing while not taking itself too seriously, but without spending an hour just glazing the writing, which I could do. There was only about a minute of screen time I wasn't enjoying, but everything just hit. This animation style has never been my favorite, but in this, it was used to its fullest extent, with a sunlit shot of a beach at one point that left me bewildered. And even in the slight moments that the animation might not hold up, the cinematography picks up that slack, with incredible action one-shots and purposeful decisions behind blocking and lighting. But all in all, I cannot recommend you go watch Marvel Zombies more, so as long as you're up for a bloody time, go prove to Marvel that we want more of this and check it out. Because I think my only complaint, besides the nitpicks I'll address in just a sec, is how much I wish this was just a live-action Marvel movie that they actually filmed. But like Predator Killer of Killers, you gotta accept the time, artistry, and budget that would take. Besides, I do love me some great animation. But with that said, let's get into some spoilers. So only continue if you've seen all 4 of Zombies' carnage-filled episodes. Well, not carnage. I don't even know if the MCU has the rights to him, but you know what I mean. Anyway, ready? Alright. Jumping right in, what I loved most about this show was how we were dropped into the middle of the action and were forced to figure most of it out through the environment naturally showing us, such as episode 2's giant stuff. I was wondering if it was an effect of the zombie virus being from the quantum realm, shrinking and growing stuff at random, but it turned out it was just the PIM lab getting ransacked, resulting in even more chaos. Yet there was also some not so great stuff. And though this isn't my only problem with the show, with plenty of other nitpicks, I feel the most necessary to address was the beginning of episode 3. And real-world tragedy did get in the way of the episode showing us what it set out to do, but replacing that with lazy narration over top did not make that scene any better, because its events didn't organically happen. They were just told to us, which was the biggest problem with the worst what if episodes. And I also didn't love the final reveal behind the mechanics of what happened to this world and why it is the way it is, but the compelling story that led up to it, which was basically just hopping from one human stronghold to the next, and the stunning fight that followed in that finale made it all worth it. But without droning on about how good this is, I'll wrap up by saying Marvel's animated zombies show somehow lives up to its source material, which if you didn't know, was written by the zombie guy himself, Robert Kirkman. And if you can live up to that, then it's gotta be good. Yet, what did you think of Marvel Zombies? Any standout moments you appreciated or nitpicks you noticed? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for weekly video essays and reviews, and enjoy a delicious sandwich.